I'm much more content and lacking a headache and anger, so it works. Basically, I'm doing the opposite of what Galactus does on a normal daily basis.
Okay. You do realize what you just said is going into the final build, too, because we started recording 15 seconds ago.
That's fine. I stand by my statement. Galactus wouldn't be cranky after he eats. He's fine. You can talk to him.
Yeah.
But while he's waiting to eat and after he traveled, fuck you. Stop talking to him.
That said, welcome everybody to the Slab Lounge. I'm your host, Doug Medhead, along with our host, Kevin Bradley, aka Captain K. Slab Lounge is brought to you. The Slab Lounge is brought to you by Aphrodite Swingers Lounge. You must be 18 years or older, or have permission from a parent or guardian to enter, and by shit. I actually had it in my. Testicles. Whether you like to suck on them or kick them, it's fun to just say the word testicles. That said, you might notice that the footage that I'm playing right now is old. Really old. It's actually from my dev diary, of Launch the Hipster. Or you know what? I might use other stock footage. Maybe I will use that Cyberpunk, when I played Cyberpunk 2077 stock footage. Anyway, point is, you're seeing stock footage. Why? Because as you know, the other week, Captain K was using we were doing a Hellpoint special with Captain K doing his Hellpoint stuff when we were trying to kill while he was trying to kill Guardcat 3000, and I was just in there cheering him on best as I could. This week is kind of different. See, when we were doing Foxmine in the Hen House, I was so ensconced with like game development, I kind of lost track as to what we were talking about when we were doing our roguelikes bit. And this episode is very special. Obviously, in the title, it says The Gundam Debate. How this seed started was when we were having a team meeting, but we started talking about Gundam. I instantaneously cut that conversation short because I knew we were going to get heated and shit was going to go down, especially when we were talking about Gundam Wing. Because if you don't remember, Captain K still says to this day that he still likes Gundam Wing. I fucking hate it. So,
yes.
Yeah. In preparation, now, will this be all Gundam Wing talk? No, it won't.
No.
Because, like, one of the things I started to do was, in preparation, I was like, I'll watch some Gundam. Which Gundam do I really fucking hate? And I was like, oh yes, G Gundam. I hated that, but why did I hate it?
All the things. It's
yeah.
G Gundam.
Fuck G Gundam. I started watching
I could see what they tried to do, but there's no way G Gundam is itself a meme.
Oh God, yes. Let me put it to you this way: I'll put up with that Gundam chibi that they did a while back before I have to watch G Gundam.
Oh, SD. I think it was SD Gundam.
Yeah, something like that. Oh my God, G Gundam. I was watching it, like when I started watching it, I was like, wait a second. I just remembered that there's a horse Gundam. No, I'm not watching this anymore. Why would a horse? First of all,
You mean Tequila Gundam didn't stop you?
Hell, what about...
Because that's there!
How about Shining Finger, or like, what was it called? Like, the English dub calls it Burning Finger, but in the the Japanese subtitle, it's actually called Awesome Finger. What the fuck kind of attack is that? Awesome Finger? That is
what the hell kind of anime has you spending hours and hours of a voice actor yelling KYOJI for like every other cut,
right? And it's not just
so. I mean, like, I pity that voice actor because I was just like, can't we use the same technique? No, they'll know. Make a new KYOJI yell. Just
Well, keep in mind. Who do you have more sympathy for? That voice actor or super Japanese dub Goku voice actor?
To be fair, super Japanese voice actor for Goku does a good job until Goku becomes an adult. Like, because she's always been Goku.
Yeah.
So Kid Goku was like, okay, that's cool. Even Teenage Goku, you're like, okay, that's cool. But when you're like 42-year-old Goku, which I think he's only like 37. I don't remember. He's somewhere in those 30, 40 areas, him and Vegeta. They only recently hit that bracket, like in Super. But when you're at that age, and your Japanese voice sounds like your balls still never dropped, it's awkward. So I can't be mad at her because she does a good job, but when you go to battle, and it still doesn't sound like your balls dropped during what's supposed to be your battle cry, it's awkward. Like, if Gohan does it as a teen, okay, he's a teen. You're a 32-year-old man. And Frieza sounds more masculine than you. And Frieza doesn't even have balls.
And Frieza doesn't even have balls. Yeah, what? No. Can't go off topic. This is Gundam talk, goddammit. Anyway, so, that said, like, let's talk about, can we at least talk about the horse for a bit? Why the fuck? First of all, how the hell can a horse? Horses do not Gundam. Horses strut around.
Apparently they do.
No, they don't. They're not supposed to. Like Tony Baker said it best. When a horse is strutting, the horse just struts and is, oh, look at who you came to see. You do not see a horse being a Gundam. And on top of that, why would a Gundam mount another Gundam? That just sounds all types of that sounds so sexual. Like a Gundam mounting a fucking Gundam.
I mean, to be fair, you can't use that argument. Voltron or Go Lion. They've been doing that for years.
Those are two separate. No, those are two separate entities. I'm just talking straight Gundam. I mean, full-blown... I mean, like, what? You're gonna mount a Gundam, go to, like, Gundam McDonald's, pick up some Gundam pancakes with a Gundam McDouble? What the fuck? And then you'll have Gundam Grimace eat a Gundam dick.
Yes. Which they'll have to figure out how to construct.
Wait, what?
Which they'll have to figure out how to construct.
Oh, yes.
Because none of the Gundam universes have built it yet. Well, wait, no, I retract that. I think... One of the Gundams, where I think it was one of the SD arcs, I think Gundams can reproduce or something. I don't remember. There's some weird version where they can because they exist and they're alive. It's like Transformer shit, but without the Allspark. It gets weird. I just didn't go into it because it gets weird.
Yes.
Yes, it does. There's certain rabbit holes you just stay away from. It's cool. I don't need to meet the caterpillar today. That's gonna fuck my day up. Like, no.
God damn G Gundam. First of all, they tried to Dragon Ball Z themselves. Like, you'll have like people doing like nonsense. Like, what the fuck was his name again? The main character, he catches like a shitload of bullets in his fingers, like in the first fucking episode. God damn it! What the hell's his name? You know what? Never mind. It doesn't matter because like. That would actually acknowledge that we know something of G Gundam other than its ridiculous horse Gundam premise. And then they're...
Because I want to say Diamond, but I might be wrong because there's another character in a different thing named Diamond, and I think I'm just forcing it, but I know... Domon is what it was.
Domon.
His name is Domon. Yeah, I was like, I know it's around that. I just couldn't remember right off the bat.
Yeah, and he just looks like a fucking idiot. Like, he just looks... He's like walking around with a goddamn cape. Like, it's like a fucking... You're in a post-apocalyptic society, and yet you're walking around in a goddamn cape. What the fuck? At least Kenshiro can, like... I don't need a cape. I know it's a hot climate. I'm just gonna rock when I'm rocking. And super tight pants.
But to be fair, also, Kenshiro can walk through a building while it's falling on him. Who's gonna tell him no?
Well, that's Kenshiro. You can't... Like saying...
But that's what I mean, Domon, anybody could tell him no. Be like, hey, what's going on with that cape? Nobody said nothing. Because they want to wear weird shit. Master Asia is in his outfit for combat. All the time. Never not in it. He's in a Gundam. Why are you wearing a combat outfit in a Gundam that no one can see you in?
I completely forgot his name was Master Asia. What kind of...
Yes.
That's Gundam.
And the Dark Gundam. The Dark Gundam.
Oh my god.
The names was just... You could tell that was the time of Gundam where they're like, you know what? we're out of stuff. Like, we've done constellations. We've done animals. You know what? Dark Gundam. Horse Gundam. Tequila Gundam. Like, you're just like, y'all didn't even... No effort. Okay. All right. But there's certain anime, I don't know how that works. Because I fault it, but initially it's probably the English dub fault. Because that's what we're acquainted with. But then the Japanese's one probably has something that canonically might work. Like, even for your horse. There's probably some weird Japanese naming scheme that works out for it to be like, oh, Horse Gundam. Okay, cool. But when you come to America and then you're like, Tequila Gundam. You either got to say translation changed that, or Japan was blatantly being racist about Mexico. Tequila Gundam.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, someone has to admit about their faults a little. So that's why I was like, I don't hurt them too much because of naming, because I know naming conventions change when you start moving countries. And even in some countries, when you hear their names in, like, German or something, it may sound more intimidating, and you're like, oh, I like that. And then you say its name in, like, English, and you're like,
okay.
I no longer call you by your English name.
Well, keep in mind, like, if you say, like, G Gundam was where they ran at it, I will contend that, because Wing did. I was like, look at all the similarities between, like, Spiegel versus Death Sight. Shining Finger versus 01. I mean, like, you could blatantly tell, like, a lot of the similarities influenced Wing.
But
it's just,
but to be fair with that, Wing also goes on its own little tangent that breaks itself from that bullshit, too. Because it has its own irregularities that even in the G universe, they would have been like, the fuck is that shit? So Wing still sits a little separate in that, because even if you compare the two, Wing has its own controversies. The very main plot that you follow, that isn't even the full story plot, just the part of the plot that you follow, makes no sense how the story gets as far as it does.
Oh, gee, you fucking...
Relena is being assassinated by Hero. You know Hero is trying to assassinate you. So you keep showing up where Hero is at.
Who
keeps failing his mission.
Well, actually, that's a good thing you're saying. I was actually literally going to touch up, because you were like, oh, the Wing has irregularity. Irregularities?
Yeah.
Look.
That's an irregularity. Why the fuck would you know someone's coming to kill you and you're like, you know what? I need to go see them today. Like, no other Gundams do it that actively. They at least try to pretend like they're running from the person that's trying to kill them.
Well, that's because Relena has a hard-on for Hero. Which I was going to ask, what the fuck does she see about Hero? What, is it the fucking green tank top? You look at him like, ooh, he's wearing a wife beater. My, that's giving me the vapors. Or maybe it's because he's wearing... If you want
the truth... If you want the truth,
it better not be.
I think it's
shorts.
I think it's only because she doesn't actually compliment him. Notice everybody else in the series gushes over him. She does show up. She runs after him, but she's never like, "Oh, you're doing such an awesome job. You're amazing. I love the way she did that." She'll sometimes just be across the room, like just looking at him, and then he's just looking at her. And I think they liked that about each other.
You want to be...
It's weird, but it's the only thing that kind of... Because even when you think about it, even Catra compliments Hero. Even Catra has given more compliments to Hero. And he fundamentally disagrees with Hero on almost everything. And he has given more compliments to Hero than Relena ever has through the whole series.
Ugh, Catra. It's... You know what? Wait,
but yet, she is blatantly trying to be with him, and he keeps showing the fuck back up. So they just have a weird... Joker Harley Quinn relationship thing. You're gonna kill me at some point, but I'm gonna wait to see when. But till then, I'm gonna talk shit to you, and you'll be cool with it because you don't express anything back. Awesome.
Well, keep in mind.
It's like that.
Keep in mind, Hero is suicidal. In fact, it's.
Well, yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, like I made fun of that. In Gundam Wing Endless Abridged. Good luck finding that. I tried looking for it just because why not? I can't find it. But
I mean he like they work on it by Waltz. I guess Waltz, you could say he's not as prone to it because it finally like hammers in, or the plot finally makes him realize if he doesn't actually do it, then he's fucking up. One of the two. Because in the story, he's so quick to self-destruct, but the bitch never dies. Like, I know of no other one where you have been waiting for someone to actually die and think the story's going to move forward from their death, but they survive every death incident, and it's not even the plot. Like, they don't even explain a canonic reason why the fuck he's alive. He just is. Whole Gundam detonates. Yeah, he got flung into the ocean, deep under ice, where nobody could see him, and everybody was still at the North Pole for 2 hours. Pan over to the bed that Hero is sleeping in. What? No one pulled him out. No one. What? Like, yeah.
Well, to be fair, well, I mean, like, that's it. Well, I don't know, because in Endless Waltz, he does try to SD twice. But towards the end, he's sort of like, nah, because him and Relina have this thing moment. No,
again.
It's
weird.
It was actually because Wing Zero was too damaged at that point when he was shooting at that metal door thing.
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
Oh, whatever.
Like, he wouldn't have gave a fuck anyway. If it had blown up while he was doing it, he wouldn't have cared.
But, like,
it wasn't until, like, after all that shit when he gets in there and Relina's there, and then you're going to the ending credits, then it's like, I guess I shouldn't die anymore. Because and the only reason I say that is because officially, if there was no Endless Waltz, I feel like Hero actually would have killed Marineo. Like, he would have done it. Because when you end the Gundam series, Hero didn't really learn any shit. He still would just go assassinate people.
Yes.
Nothing changed.
No, nothing did change.
So if the whole plot of Endless Waltz hadn't actually happened up to the point of Hero encountering her, he would have just shot her and the movie would have been over.
Yeah. He's still going to be the way wearing, shorts wearing, sneakers having, white beater jackass that you saw, like, right in the beginning, who would... oh my god, yeah, I gotta tell this joke. Okay, so, there was this joke I told Gabe. I was crashing at his apartment. It was like I was like this Gundam dating show thing, right? It had Duo, Katra, but he skipped over, and then Hero, and like,
he's like, nope.
Well, yeah, because like Duo, when he's like Bachelor number 1, it's Duo. What would you do to me? And Duo's like, well, I'd advocate for celibacy because I'm a priest. It's true. Duo was a priest in Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I remember
like
that.
He's like 16 years old. How the fuck can you be a full priest at 16? Whatever. Point is, like...
But I mean, it's just never acknowledged, but it's there all the time because every time you see Duo in an outfit, it's basically a priest outfit.
Yes, he is a legit priest.
But no one ever addresses him as a priest. Like, even other priests don't be like, oh, Father Duo, what are you doing? Like, what?
Great job following the Bible, Father Duo. Thanks for killing everybody. Fucking...
Also, who is his deity?
Huh? Oh, that's... Yeah,
I know he's a priest, but no one talks about Christ.
No. So, anyway.
So who is his deity?
It's probably Pan, the goat god. Anyway, so, she's like, Bachelor number... Oh, it's Katra. Bachelor number 3, what would you do to me? and Hero's all like, I'd self-detonate. And like... But you know what? Let's touch up on the other characters aside from Hero and Duo. Let's talk about Troa for a fucking sec. That is a hair day. That is a bad hair day to end all bad hair days. I mean, his hair.
To be fair, when I was a kid, I thought Troa was rocking it.
Oh.
When I was a kid, I thought that was awesome.
Are you kidding me?
But to be fair, that was also before I saw Noin rock the better version of it.
Oh yeah. Well.
So I mean, because you see Troa do it, and you're like, it's fucking awesome, and then Noin comes out there with like a lesser version, and you're like, that is a lot better, actually.
Yeah, because if you look at Troa's hairstyle That thing, you could use, that is an awning on top of his head. That you could, like, shield your entire body from the harsh rays of the sunlight, of the sun. And how the hell is he able to be so acrobatic with hairstyle like that? Do you have any idea how much
to be fair,
there's gonna be with that hair?
I can give you that one before someone decides to fly in comments and argue later. So, in terms of the hairstyle, I get that. Because he's in the circus. He's a clown. He had to train to do all this, so he probably figured out how to be all acrobatic with his hair. But the question is, why do you wear your hair like that when not performing? You have enough hair. You could do a lot of things. You could pull it back and make it look like a pretend ponytail. You could curl it. You could wear a hat. There's a lot of options when you have a lot of hair sitting on the top of your head. You could do something. You could dread the bitch. Like, before you go into combat, just dread that part and look fucking intimidating.
Oh my god, just dread the bitch. Wow.
Yeah, how would you... Okay, well, think about it. If you saw Troa at the circus doing acrobatics with that hair, but then later on, in a battlefield, you saw him get out the suit, and all that hair was dreaded the fuck down, hanging down the sides of his head as he got out the suit. Would you not feel a little more intimidated than that fucked up hair?
Yeah, no, I absolutely would. I was just gonna say, okay. He had the most attractive girl with him. Like, I don't remember her name, but like, maybe it's the circus vibe thing. But like,
I'm trying to remember her name now too, but I know who you mean.
Yeah.
Well, she is arguably the best not action-related waifu in the show.
Yeah.
Because even when Troa was about to get killed, that bitch jumped out there with no suit, no nothing, and was just like, nah, you can shoot me, but you're not getting to hit. Like, nobody else in this series does that shit except Relena, but she has weird death addiction, so I don't get that. But other than Relena, nobody else does that shit.
Hell, Catra's waifu, the girl with the bushy fucking eyebrows, decided to stab him. Thankfully, considering...
fucking Dorothy. Dorothy.
Yeah, there you go. Those eyebrows, I see those eyebrows in my fucking nightmares, but thank God she stabbed him. He had a gun pointed at her. He had her dead to fucking rights. And what did he do? Toss the gun and have a sword fight with her, and she fucking won. Like, obviously...
Well, of course, because she... When you compare the two, I don't care if Catra is a Gundam pilot. Like, yes, he knows how to fight. Yes, he can pilot the Gundam. Yes, he's very capable. But Dorothy actually kills motherfuckers. Like, she doesn't need to be in the suit. She doesn't need the mobile dolls. If she wanted to kill someone, she would just be like, oh, shot you. Bye. No, Catra would sit there and talk to... Catra would Naruto. That is what Catra would do. Catra would be like, I have the ultimate attack. Sandrock could cleave this colony in half. But let's talk about your childhood. That is what the fuck Catra would do. Dorothy is like, hey, you made me come out here. You're dead. I'm going home. Bye.
Pretty much.
Like,
it should be well...
I never had any issues with Dorothy's character initially other than those eyebrows. Just because... hers made sense. She wanted war. She wanted combat. So everything she did made fucking sense because she was instigating shit. She wanted to do it on... Her everything is actually perfect for her character because her whole role makes sense through the whole series. There's no flaw with her character. Yeah. Well, the eyebrows, I assume there's probably some canon, like she inherited her grandfather's eyebrows. I don't know. I don't want to be all mad about her eyebrows and be like, they're genetic and there's some backlight novel of like 8 generations before her, those eyebrows or something. Like, no. I feel bad. Yeah. Like, I'd be like, girl, you caught a bad thing. You should have just shaved them off and just tattooed them on. It's the future. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure her eyebrows are the result. Like, she has 2 chia pets on her head. Like, those eyebrows are chia pets. She just watered them and watched them. Chia. But it should be said, Catra, while he was in Gundam training, every day he got beaten up and his lunch money was taken. Nobody likes Catra for a good goddamn... The man had the fucking Mogwanak Corps watching his back, and he was still a little bitch. You have any idea how much of a dick I would be?
I mean, when you're realistic about it, for the first beginning half of the series, they did all the work.
Yes!
Catra didn't do anything. He didn't have to worry about battle till later when they couldn't, and when they started going into space because the whole Corps couldn't go. So then it's like, oh, I gotta actually do things. Shit, I'm terrible at killing people. Shit, I'm terrible at being intimidating. Shit, I can't shit talk. Like...
Yeah,
he's just like the most. When they went to space, he basically became inadequate. On Earth, Catra functionally could control everything because his empire, where he's located, the ridiculous amounts of troops and resources. If you're on Earth, Catra could win. You may not want him to win, but he could win. You go to space, he sucks. He is functionally useless in space.
Oh, but then there's...
Well, no, I take that back. Unless you put him in Wing Zero. Then yeah. Wing Zero makes him very proficient. He gets shit done.
Yeah, but then
he got much more handled during that pilot of Wing Zero than he did through the whole series.
Except that for some reason, like, they were calling him a dick, and then he just realized that he was being a dick, and then he just... Which is another thing that really upsets me with the Gundam franchise as a whole. If the pilot gets called out, they start to question if they're strong enough to be a pilot. What the fuck have you been doing up until that point? You have made literal graveyards of people. But the second something bad happens, like a friend dies, or someone say you're not a real pilot, then the guy's all like, what if they're right? And then they start soul searching. They go to the guru from Namek to see if they can unlock their true potential.
To be fair,
a stronger pilot.
Wing has an escape from that caveat. Wing has an escape. Not all of the Gundam series, but Wing has an escape.
Well, yeah,
they're basically preteens.
I will give it this much.
They're basically preteens.
Wing never did.
But that's what I mean. Like Wing is they do have their whole soul searching moment. But they're basically preteens. They never had that moment before, so it would make sense for them to have it. But in other Gundam series, when it happens, when the adult is blatantly 25, and you have kids, and shit happens, and you're like, am I the villain? Bitch! You've ruled an empire for like 2 decades!
Pretty much.
You're just now questioning if you're the villain?
Pretty much. At the very least, 8th team kind of did something. They were all like, look, can't we just both be happy? Or, oh god, we can't destroy this the Zeku because it has a nuclear reactor or something like that. So at the very least, they kind of...
Well, see, 8th team I like because aesthetically when it was created, it's different from the regular Gundam series, and it makes sense in the way it functions. And it hits you more, I guess you could say, morally. It's a much more moral one with 8th team. Because you can watch it, it doesn't go... Like, it talks about what's happening in space, but you're just not constantly there. And you actually get to see... It's kind of like also Iron-Blooded Orphans. You start to see more of the devastation that happens during the war than you do in the other Gundam series, where it's all, look at the awesome battle scenes. Whereas with those, it's like, look at the devastation of the planet after you won. Ha! Like, it kind of actually... Because that's always been the weird dynamic when it comes to the Gundam stories. Because the Gundam stories, functionally, are always about what happens during war and how war is bad. But we're watching a series about war that's being continuously made with multiple wars, even in a timeline where they never learn that, and the wars keep scaling up. But each series is about how war is bad.
Well, yeah.
It's a weird plot hole in the franchise, like, just because of the fact of having sequels. It's understandable that different time periods happen. But if you have Gundam Wing, and then you follow up with Endless Waltz, there was no time jump, so no one learned shit.
No one did learn shit. No, I take that back. No one learned shit, but people got more retarded. Let me put it to you. Just hear me out on this.
But yes,
in Endless Waltz, Zex comes back from the dead. It's not explained how, but he just comes back from the dead. comes up to whoever, like, I forgot, like, she had a huge heart on for Trey's before he died. But whatever. Anyway, he comes up to...
Lady Un.
Lady Un, there you go. Lady Une. Lady Une. He's all like...
Which, to be fair, Lady Un got hot after she lost her mind.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, she was always...
I didn't even... Well, no, in her first incarnation, I didn't even question it. Like, it was just, like, it was weird. Look at her, it's like aggressive military Chun-Li with less tits. Like, no. That hair wasn't rocking it for me. But then after her psychotic break, and she let her hair down and everything, I was like, oh, okay, she's pretty.
Chun-Li with less tits.
I mean, am I wrong? She had the damn buns. She put on glasses. And she always just had those tits prominently out there. But Chun-Li has more tits than her. Like, you can go and Google. We can pull up a picture of the two. I promise you Chun-Li has more tits than Lady Un. I promise you. I don't care who draws her. She canonically has less tits. But the point being is she went through a dramatic overhaul more than you think when you look at her art design from...
Chun-Li with less tits. Chun-Li with less... Hashtag Chun-Li with less tits. That's gonna go on the fucking... Chun-Li with less tits. Woo! Oh my god. Oh my
Sorry, it was in the heat of the moment. It was it was the best thing I came up in my brain. I was just like, yep. Yeah, that's definite.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't bring more comedy bits with Captain K. Jesus fucking Chun-Li with less tits.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't even think that was comedy. That was just part of the rep. It just came with it.
That was comedy, motherfucker. Jesus fucking... Oh, I'm gonna spread this as much as I can. Anyway.
What?
So
that's how Lady Un's gonna return to the world as a meme.
Yeah, right.
Chun-Li with less tits.
Chun-Li with less tits. Woo. Anyway, so Sex walks up to her, and he's all like, I'd like to have a code name, because he wants to join with the peacekeeping whatever. And he's all like, I'd like the code name Wind, which is appropriate for putting out fires. If you got... I would slap that guy in the fucking face, for good reason. Any self-respecting firefighter will tell you that wind is the last thing that you want to go into a fire.
Yeah.
As oxygen feeds the fucking fire.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... And he's a pilot, so he knows science.
Yeah,
so...
Right. Oh,
yeah.
no. That's so stupid. Oh, get down. Anyway, so, like,
That makes it worse. Well, no, I mean, like, that makes it worse because he has to know about that shit because he has to know what his suit does involving oxygen. Because his suit goes in and out of oxygen on planets. He knows how it works. So it's worse when you're like, yes, to put out fires. Bruh.
Right?
How do your engines work on Earth? Tell me what your Bernier booster is boosting with. But no, I mean it made more sense. I don't even know where the fuck that came from. It made more sense. It made more sense when Noin joined him, because then her code name balanced out.
What was her code name again?
But it's like, I thought she was Rain.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Because in that sense, it makes more sense. Okay, wind and rain. Okay, the wind is pushing the water. All right. Okay, I can work with that. But when you're like, wind! So you're telling us that you're the same person you were from the beginning of the series? You're gonna spread conflict?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
That's basically what you're telling me.
Wind. Why would you call yourself that kind of a hippie name? Like, Wind? You could have called yourself, like, Tiger. Or, like, hell, you could call yourself Toggies, because that's a fucking mech that mobile suit that you were using. But
that's because he's reborn. He pulled a Gandalf the Grey. He died, and he came back, And he needs to be all pious, so he needs to be the wind. Things that hold no bonds or no burdens and floats free. That type of bullshit. That may not be true, but I'm just drawing that shit out at the moment. It just seems like it. But
imagine like.
Although, why would you be codenamed Wind in space? Why would you not be like codenamed Vacuum
or Void?
Because a vacuum would put out fire if there is no air.
Yeah. Good Lord.
Be codenamed Vacuum. Codenamed Black Hole. If fire's, it's not gonna fucking. There's different ways in space you could be like, feasibly, I put out fires. Wind. The thing that is not in space.
Oh, man.
Be like, yes, Zex, tell me what the wind says outside. Tell me.
I will tell. Actually, oh my god, okay. I will tell you. For you see, the wind tells you that it asks if you want to keep your hair as silvery as mine, as well as my pubes silvery. That's why you should use Tall Geese hair gel. It's a wind.
What? What? But wait, is that fair? Oh, then Zex stole that. Because officially, Tall Geese ain't his.
Oh yeah, Tall Geese.
It's Trey's.
Yeah, it's Trey.
So if he's using Tall Geese's property, he owes Trey's Kushrana's estate money.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know if his daughter can collect, considering.
Oh, I don't know how that works because Monty Mayo would have been the one to collect.
Yeah, Monty Mayo's like she's paralyzed.
She's sort of not. Yeah, she's sort of dead, but not dead.
Yeah.
So, who collects on Trey's estate now?
Probably Lady.
Is it Lady? Well, no, it can't be Lady Young because she didn't actually marry him. She wanted to, but she never did.
Maybe.
Who is the next in the line?
No. It has to be like in Trace's will. He blatantly acknowledges that he wished he married Lady Une, but Lady Une was Chun-Li, but with less tits.
You know what would make it all fucked up?
What?
Find out it was all given to Wu Fei.
Oh, fuck him!
Just all of it. No, I was just saying, that would be the most fucked up thing, is like, you go through the whole lore, and then finally you're like, someone went, hey, what happens to Trey's estate? Oh yeah, before the duel, he wrote it, go to Wu Fei.
Yeah, but like, why would
and you're like, what the, what? But if you did that, that would think about something too. But though, if he did that, it would actually give Wu Fei a stronger role in Endless Walls.
I guess.
Because Marimea is involved, and Wu Fei's there, and he's thinking Marimea has the estate, and so he's doing what she says until he realized he earned it, and he can go fucking kill him. It would give him more story.
Yeah, instead of him being that one dude whose waifu has pigtails, and that's it.
Yeah, my issues with Wu Fei extend starting from the moment after him and Trey's first fought in person. And he canonically lost to Trey's. When they sword fought.
Yeah.
You are a goddamn assassin. Why did you not just pull a gun and shoot him after you lost? I get honor, I get dueling, but you literally came to assassinate him. You did not come through the front door. There was not a meeting.
There was not a meeting.
Why would you not do your job for your colony? Because that's why you're there. Even though Endless Waltz explains that's complicated, why didn't you just do it then?
Because it's Wu Fei. He's a fucking dick.
That's what I mean. Like, they're all the other pilots, there's a reason. Duo has never had the chance to really attack Trey's. Duo would have done it. He just never had a chance.
Yeah.
Catra wasn't doing shit. And he wasn't even going to look for Trey's anyway.
Yeah.
Hero's too busy detonating all over the goddamn place with Relita following after him. And Troll is in a traveling circus, so he can only go as far as the circus takes him, otherwise he blows his cover. So his makes perfect sense. But Wu Fei, you came from space, specifically to fight Trey's, and kill him, so that Operation Meteor technically didn't happen using your fucking colony. And you had him cornered, and because you lost a sword fight, you let him live. so that bad things could later happen to your colony. Just saying.
Well, I mean,
a lot of problems with because that's still outside your moral code. For your moral code, because even if you want to honor duel, shouldn't you honor your family and your home people more than that, since their lives are in jeopardy?
Dude, it's Gundam Wing. Wing had some serious retard logic. People went to war with the mobile dolls because they were jealous that mobile dolls were replacing them. I mean, like, what the fuck? It's stupid!
Yeah, it was pretty contradictory. Like, how dare you not have soldiers? Send out the not soldiers! Like, what?
And then the White Fang came out of nowhere, and then they wanted to fuck up Earth, and then all of a sudden, the pilots were like, Operation Meteor was wrong, now we gotta defend Earth. Like, yeah. And the scientists...
And even that creates a weird dynamic, because that's like, it didn't address it till then, that each one of the pilots knew about Operation Meteor, but were technically still fulfilling it, but not. And it was like... So wait, that's still confusing. Because when you go back over and think about it, okay, Operation Meteor should have fucked everything up to begin with. Like, everything should have just been screwed. But so many things were changed in it, and everybody didn't know. And somehow things turned out, because think about that. Troa is not the Troa Barton that's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So that means that whole plan changed. Duo technically isn't even supposed to be a pilot.
No.
He was supposed to be assassinating people.
Yeah.
So that plan changed. Troa wasn't going to follow Operation Meteor regardless.
No.
He just wasn't going to fucking do it.
No.
So everybody knew that.
Yeah.
Hero. Don't really know. They never really said. Because you understand he was sent. He is trained. He has been on missions before.
Yep.
But he obviously wasn't going to do the exact Operation Meteor. But he was going for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And they never tell you why. Like, really, when the first episode, when Hero is going to Earth, when you think about it, he's not going to fulfill Operation Meteor.
Mm-mm.
He hasn't displayed any interest of anything he wants. Even when he gets on Earth, he's doing stuff, but it's not the things that technically should have been done to fulfill Operation Meteor.
Agreed.
So why the fuck is he even there? Everybody else at least has their reasons. Hero was just, go to Earth. And then he just proceeded to do stuff, and then Relena just complicated things that weren't gonna happen.
Yeah, then he blew himself up.
Yeah. Several times.
Several times.
Multiple. Well, he did!
Yeah.
What? Second episode? No, second or third episode? Detonate.
Yeah.
Then what? Episode 15, 16? Detonate.
Yep.
Hell, there's an episode of attempted detonate that fails.
Yep.
Like, and he's not depressed, but you could just be like, oh, well, that's anticlimactic. I'm still here. Like,
oh God, what if Hero and Relena had a baby? Baby comes out and it's like has Hero's face self-detonate. That's the first word instead of crying.
I can't.
It's just self-detonate.
I can't.
No crying.
Because the beginning part of that's going to be horrible will be the birth of that baby. When that baby comes out looking like Hero, and the first thing it says is, mission accomplished. I'm going to be done.
Oh God.
That's just it. I'm done. I'm not. I don't want your baby. No. I could deal with Ichigo and Orihime having kids. I could deal with Rukia and Renji having kids. No, you and Relena can't have babies. You haven't figured out how to stop being babies. They haven't. Relena's crying about everything and hasn't grown the fuck up. Hero doesn't cry about anything.
Yeah, no, that's true.
He needs to cry about some goddamn thing.
Yeah. But like, again,
they're on such opposite sides of the spectrum. It's so weird to have them as a love couple. It's so I could see them as friends. I could see them as contrasting and learning from each other, but not an actual couple.
Dude, you want to talk
as a couple? They functionally are horrible.
You want to talk about functionally horrible couples? Quest and fucking Char. Oh God, we got to talk about Char's counter.
Yeah.
Quest was in the weirdest fucking love triangle. No, it was like three people wanted her out. 3 people wanted some Quest tag, and it made no fucking sense. you had Hathaway, fucking Char, who wanted to take advantage of her, and then the guy that was under him, like who wanted to kill Char. Oh no, he wanted to kill Amuro so Quest could like bang him or whatever. And I'm like, first of all, I'm like looking at, isn't she like 12? And on top of that, why Quest? Why Quest? You know the writer...
Because the plot demands it!
No. What I mean by that is, like, the writers made sure that no one outside any medium can use the name Quest because it will invoke that kind of hatred. You are legally required to hate Quest because she's a fucking terrible character. You have a fucking spoiled brat who probably believes in anorexic, probably bulimic because she's the definition of first world problems. And then, like, she all of a sudden goes on this killing spree. And the one time, she saves Hathaway, but it was probably by accident. She saved Hathaway by accident when she got killed by, what's-his-face? Amuro's love interest. And then, like, what does Hathaway do?
I know who you mean.
I think it starts with a K. Anyway, what does Hathaway do? He just goes and kills her. Like, for what? What?
Yeah. Well, see, the catchy... It's a weird thing, because when you go into the actual, like, Universal Century timeline, there's so much. There's so much.
Oh, yeah.
Like, at least in the alternate universes and stuff, there's a smaller thing to kind of contain and get your grasp. And even if something's out of the ordinary, you can at least be like, it's not the Gundam that you know in terms of UC. But when you go into actual UC and look at events...
Yeah.
There's so many things where you're just like, how? Huh? Why? Even battles that were fought. There's some battles that take place directly after battles that clearly showed that battle made no sense. But you still had it. And there was no reason. Like,
yeah.
Throughout the whole thing, there's just so many conflicts where it's like, you know, if you literally just didn't go to that sector of space, it wouldn't be an issue.
No, it wouldn't.
Like, they're over there. If you just didn't go by that colony, the colony was not expanding. Just don't go over there.
Yeah, just don't go over there. But then again,
like that's all. That's always kind of been some of my issues with Gundam, though. Is like a lot of the wars are literally just one colony being like, I don't go fuck with that other colony. Why? Didn't you leave Earth to be alone? Why the fuck are you fucking with other people?
Because it's retard logic, Captain. I mean,
I guess that just happens when you go to space. You're in space for a while, and you just... Well, I guess that's true. Hellpoint.
Hellpoint?
Eventually, all of Gundam will be Hellpoint. Look at those people. They're in space.
Yeah, they'll use brokeneverything.com and victim point each other. Oh, Jesus.
That is the future of all space colony.
That is the future of all space. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That is so true. I mean, like,
because all the space colonies are basically arcologies.
Mm-hmm.
They're giant arcologies.
Yeah. I mean, hell, look at what when Char was riding that horse during that chase scene between him and Amuro. Like, what do you think that horse became? That horse mutated and became Guard Cat 3000.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh, no, it's
so
not.
Sad.
It was inevitable.
Oh, it is. Wait till you see later things. I've stumbled onto some things. Yeah.
Well,
there's still one creature in there I don't even know. Like, I only saw it once, and it caught me off guard. And it's so weird looking, I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's supposed to look like that, because I haven't run into another one. So it's... Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's... Think... Okay. Do you know how, like, when you look in like, a biology book, how they show, like, the human vein system, where it's, like, blue, red, blah, 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 going through your body?
Yeah.
Okay. Envision that same vein system, but do it purple. Now,
okay.
Extend out where the fingernails are. Like, where the fingers would be. Just make those longer versions of that purple veins.
Okay.
Now, make that encompass past the face, too, going up a little bit.
Okay.
And color it like this, color it Ivan Ooze orange.
Okay.
That's what the fuck just ran up on me in space one time, trying to touch me. And then I murdered it, and it fell to the ground twitching. Ew. And then I never saw another one like it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's really a creature in the game, or if it was just a weird glitch. Because it attacked me while I was turning a different direction and was behind me, and I just spun the camera around. So I don't know if it was just like one of the regular people that was just glitching the fuck out, or if it's some weird space creature that just is lurking and waiting to assassinate me like the wasps every time I go to the bathroom.
Yeah, the wasps do a better job of attempted assassination than Wu Fei.
That was... Yeah, because that wasp wasn't taking no shit. It was an asshole. Like, it literally did not drop into the seat until I sat down. Like, I walk through the hallway, I sit on the toilet, turn my head, and then at that point, might as well have been fucking Dio's theme from JoJo started playing. Because the bitch just dropped down from the ceiling and goes straight towards the bathroom like he knew where I was the whole time. Like, what the fuck?
For those who are wondering what the hell he's talking about, I actually had a text message from Captain K a couple times. He's talking about like how there's just like this wasp, it's kind of
there's a series of wasps.
Yeah, that he lives next to or something like that, and like he complains how it like emasculates him. I'm like, dude, I would scream like the littlest bitch if I saw a wasp coming at me. You are just overreacting when it comes to like you're not being emasculated. Like, look, you want to be emasculated? Just go look at what happened with what the fuck was his name? In the main character in 0083 when he got his shit wrecked because his Gundam wasn't modified to fly in space. So like this dude just beats his ass and he's just all like, oh, no wonder. That's emasculation. Because he never had any, and he was like one of those dumbasses that questions, I'm not strong enough to be a pilot. Motherfucker, you weren't even... Your Gundam was not modified for space travel. So fucking, what happened to you was like...
To be fair, that didn't stop Zex.
That's...
First episode. He had a Leo. Fighting Hero. It's a land suit. It can't be piloted properly in space, and they're falling into the atmosphere, and he's battling.
Yeah.
So Zex gives no fucks about those rules. But
that's because I use Tallgeese, but that's because I use Tallgeese hair gel. Oh,
okay.
God.
Okay, I'm telling you that civil suit's gonna slap him from the Kushanada estate.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in mid-commercial, and one day the lawyer's just gonna run out and have a fucking Pisces comes up out of the lake holding the summons. It's gonna look retarded.
Yeah. That said, Tuna, if you think that just because I'm ending the episode now means Gundam debate is over, no.
You're like, I'm not done. There will be a part 2.
There will be a part. The sequel is coming in 2 weeks, people. This is not the end of the Gundam.
He's gonna go research more Gundam to gripe about.
Because like I really want to talk about Gundam Unicorn, how much it wanted to be like Char's counterattack, and why Char's counterattack was fucking stupid to begin with. Anyway, but
everybody kind of acknowledges Unicorn was trying its best to be like the revival of counterattack.
Yeah,
it was trying so hard.
It was. Oh my god! But tune in next time, everybody, for Gundam Debate Part fucking 2. And you know what, dude? Can you do me a favor? Can you if you're going on another grindathon, can you save some of that footage so we can like have that and like.
You can watch my failures and weird creatures killing me?
Yeah. Like, just another Hellpoint special where we could just say, nope, this is Gundam Debate Part fucking 2, and it's with Hellpoint. Because, think about it, it keeps in line with the theme. Everything that happens in space will eventually Hellpoint.
Yep. Because they don't say, like, they never say how far in the future Hellpoint is.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. Mm-hmm. This could be the last space colony.
Yeah.
Colony 00 83,084C. I don't know. Their numbering system changes all the goddamn time.
Right.
It's never, because at one point they'll start counting by colonies, and then at one point they'll start naming like century time frames, and then you start getting into events being named, and you're like, oh, whatever. Anyway, that's later. It's later.
Yeah. Make sure you don't have that stupid goose helmet. Anyway.
No, all the goose helmet, because that fits with Gundam. Because all antagonists have a helmet!
Fair enough. Alright, everybody. Catch you on the flip side.